The email just came through like 30 seconds
See,
ago.
that's what I figured. I probably hit Kordell's name instead of yours.
Oh,
Cleveland, this is for you. Oh,
Let me give y'all a couple things that happened over the week. Alex Caruso, he's gonna be out. He just came back from an injury. Alex Caruso is gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks. Wrist surgery. Just got back. The Bulls feeling it in the injury department.
mm-hmm.
The Ravens fired their defensive coordinator after 10 years. 10 long years. What else we got here? The Carolina Panthers hired former head coach from the Giants, Bob McAdoo. I think that's a bad move, hiring anybody from the Giants or a former Giant.
Right.
In that playoff game, forgot to mention Buffalo, Kansas City, Gabriel Davis. He had 4 touchdowns. That's a playoff record in that game. Playoff record. Shout out to Gabriel Davis. College female basketball player from Kansas State, Akoya Lee. She set the NCAA single game season record with 61 points. 61. Shout out Akoya Lee. Sean Payton. I know you all heard. Stepping down as the Saints head coach, which we know Deiron is happy about because of the second team he loves.
Which is,
oh man, did you just ask who it is?
What's that got to do? Oh, because he's going to Dallas. I'm like, what's that?
Follow me. Aaron Rodgers.
Bye.
Aaron Rodgers announced that he's not gonna draw it out all off season long to make a decision because he wants to be respectful to Devontae Adams. So he's going to make his decision on whether he's retiring, returning, or whatever he's going to do around the franchise tag time, which is the end of February. So we'll know pretty soon on what Aaron Rodgers is going to do this offseason with his future. Minnesota hired the Browns vice president
to be their GM. Yep.
Let's see his name here. Dang, I just had it and I moved it. Here we go. I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Kwesi Adolfo Mensah. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, a black general manager just got hired, so
good.
That makes 4 executives now.
Good.
Going to Minnesota. Shout out to him. John Harbaugh is nearing an extension with the Ravens. They're trying to lock him up. AD returned to action. Y'all know AD returned back from his 17 game absence with this sprained MCL. He's back. And this is some I doubt we have hockey fans, but it's an impressive stat. I had to say it. So plays for Philadelphia. He's a defenseman. His name is Keith Yandel. He just set the NHL Ironman record. 965 consecutive games played. And that record was held all the way from 1987. So
yeah, one guy going to take break.
That's impressive.
Very.
Yeah, very impressive.
The Jaguars.
Huh?
The Jaguars may hire Byron Leftwich. Yeah, they're trying to finalize the contract, but it's not set in stone yet.
BJ, where did Byron Leftwich start at quarterback?
Where? In college?
No, in the NFL.
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Right. Jacksonville, my bad.
Man,
I'm like, I can't.
You gotta go Betty bye-bye.
Yeah. Deiron, how do you pronounce the UFC heavyweight champion's name? How you pronounce it?
Francis Ngannou?
Yes. He just had surgery on his torn ACL, MCL after he
tore it at the fight?
He tore it before the fight, but he still fought with it. and still won.
Wow.
Yeah, that dude's a monster. AB, y'all hear the AB news? He been making it around, huh?
He want to play with Lamar.
Well, I wasn't even gonna mention that. That's that too. He said that too, but him and his lawyer, they're considering suing the Buccaneers because he claims that the Buccaneers offered him $200,000 to go get his mental health looked at. So him and his lawyer are considering dishing out that civil suit.
But you gotta say that he's trying to sue them for defamation.
Yeah, for defamation of
to say that he has some mental condition when he doesn't, and I believe I had that. I just
just because him and his lawyer are making that case doesn't mean we're wrong either. That don't mean anything.
He's just
it can come out 2 months from now. Oh, AB does have mental health issues, and but AB was in the interview saying he didn't. That's what
the guys
do with mental health issues.
Yeah, remember the guys that always got the problem will say they don't got the problem.
Always deny it. Exactly. Let's get to our topic, y'all. It's almost All-Star Weekend, which is in where?
Cleveland.
Thank you. I'm like,
I thought you was gonna play the
I did too. That's why I was telling you the button.
All right, so it's almost All-Star Weekend, and we're gonna give you guys our biggest surprises and disappointments. Deiron, I'm gonna let you take this one first and go ahead. NBA, your biggest surprises and disappointments.
Man, my biggest surprise. I want to say Cleveland. I feel like I got to say Cleveland, but my biggest surprise, I gotta go Memphis. I mean,
my answer.
Cleveland and Memphis. I mean, they're both like surprises of the NBA. The things Cleveland is doing on the court is amazing. They're playing complementary basketball. That's all you can ask for. Great defense turns into great offense. Great offense turns into great defense. You got Ice Okoro over there locking up cats. I think he has the lowest percentage of 3 points. I think he has the lowest. The guys he guards has the lowest 3-point percentage in the league, I believe. And then they just got real low shooting percentage when he guards them. So, and then they're one of the best teams at defending a 3-point shot. They're just great. But Memphis, man, that boy Ja down there in Memphis is amazing. The definition of a hungry team. They go get it. They ball every night. And I mean, that team is basically beating off of Ja Morant's drum. I mean, what they're doing, it's like I actually have them going to the playoffs and advancing in the playoffs this year, making some noise. And disappointing some good teams in the West this year.
I don't hear the conviction in his voice, BJ. I don't hear the conviction.
Because I was torn. I'm torn between Cleveland and Memphis. So I'm like, I'm giving you both. But no, you good. My biggest disappointment, though.
We all got the same one, I'm sure.
No, it's not the Lakers, man.
What?
I kind of knew the Lakers would be here. I mean, me and Iliyaas had this conversation even before the season. My biggest disappointment is the Brooklyn Nets. I just don't.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not confident that they'll win a championship this year. I think they're falling apart at the seams, just slowly but surely. What we don't know. I think Kyrie is the basis of it. Him not being vaccinated and how he's handling the situation in Brooklyn and how Brooklyn's handling that situation. Harden and Durant both came out of frustrations of Kyrie not being a full-time player, just differently. Kevin Durant wanted Kyrie to be a full-time player, which means he needed to get vaccinated. And James Harden was just frustrated all around. He may even leave Brooklyn. The fact that we haven't seen this team in its whole entirety and for a long, sustained period of time is just, to me, this year is the biggest disappointment because they were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Guys were hurt last year, so of course, you know what I'm saying, we weren't going to get that. But this year really had no excuse except for COVID. But if all the guys put the ball in and complied with the COVID protocols, they'd be whole. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant just got hurt. Imagine how many games they would have been able to play all together if, Kevin Durant, prior to Kevin Durant getting hurt. And so to me, that's the biggest disappointment. You got to take sacrifices. And I feel like those guys aren't taking sacrifices, and they won't get a ship this year. They won't even win the East. They won't even be number one in the East when it's all said and done. And they're a way better team than what they are now. And that's just the basis of it. Yeah, I could say Lakers, but we all knew that it was going to take time for that to work. They have no shooting. We knew that. And we're just seeing it. So I don't know why we're still shocked that they lose ball games. Yeah.
BJ, go ahead.
Well, I just knew y'all were going to say Cleveland. And so to be different, I had to take Memphis. Yes, Cleveland is the correct answer, but I didn't want it to be 3 Clevelands on here. So I'm going with Memphis as my biggest surprise, even though Cleveland is the right answer. And that's just because of Ja Morant. As we said, we had a deep debate on who's the early season MVP. And I think somebody mentioned Ja, but I didn't have
it was me.
It was Iliyaas.
I mentioned him, yeah. I didn't say he was, but I said he ended.
And now he is, of course, creeping in that conversation. Now that Steph is struggling and Kevin Durant is hurt. Okay, I think right now, besides the two bigs in Milwaukee and Denver, he's got to be one of the favorites to win the MVP. They're in third place in the East. I didn't see that coming. I'm sorry. Thank you. Third place in the West. I didn't see that coming. So that was a big surprise. Yeah, they were in the play-in game and things of that nature. I thought they might be in that 6, 7, 8 range again. To find them solidly in third place and he dropped 41 tonight. Ja Morant dropped 41, 8 and 5 tonight. Or maybe that was yesterday, but whatever. I think it was tonight. He dropped 41, a 40 burger on the board. So he is making a case that he should be considered for the MVP, and they are the biggest surprise besides my Cleveland Cavaliers, who I thought y'all were going to talk about. So go ahead, nephew.
It's close, man. It's close.
Who's your disappointment before I go? Who's your disappointment?
Oh, the disappointment is 1,000% the Lakers. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care that if you've got, y'all know I'm not going to take claim of it. My, what's his name's 4 or 5 star system, Max Kellerman. Okay. When you've got 3 damn near 5-star players, I would give Westbrook. He's been playing more in that 4 category, but you've got AD. I know he's been hurt. And you've got LeBron James, who's also playing at an MVP level, and you can't be better than 500. It is an absolute it's just the most disappointing thing I can imagine. I couldn't imagine a LeBron James team at least not in that 4 or 5 spot. I didn't think they'd be number 1, but at least hanging around that 4 or 5 spot, trying to get it together, trying to figure out what they do best. And they are extremely disappointed. The Lakers with the LeBron James, never thought I'd see the day his team may not even make the playoffs. Sad.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep saying that.
Because they have 2 4-star players. and AD and Russ, and they
Well,
have a
no.
five-star player.
I understand that, but you keep saying they might not make the playoffs. That's what I'm alluding to. Like you say,
Well,
they
right
might
now
not
they're in
make the
the ninth
playoffs.
place. I mean, they could creep up and get in that 8th, 7th. They can play in the play-in game. I guess 7 through 10 plays in the play-in game. But I mean, come on, that's they with that talent, they can't be in the play-in game. Russell Westbrook alone and LeBron should be able to carry a team to at least a 4 seed.
Yeah, but Russell Westbrook is the one hurting them.
I know. That's why I said that.
All right, I'm done.
Yep.
Dr. Great Talk.
Okay. All right. So what's crazy about this, the surprise? I took 2. I'm like, let me take 2 because my first answer, like y'all both said, was Cleveland. So I'm like, all right, let me go with somebody else because somebody else gonna say the Cavs. Guess who the second team was? Memphis. But since y'all both talked about Memphis, I'll talk about why the Cavs are surprised.
Thank you.
I mean, you can say Phoenix. I mean, who thought Phoenix would be number one in the West?
No, that's not surprising at all.
That's not surprising. No.
I mean,
not at all.
I know that. I'm just.
I got you.
I mean, you can go Warriors.
So the Cavs this all the details and reasons why they're surprising. JB Bickerstaff right now, coach of the year.
Easily.
The defense is 3rd in the league, defensive rating. They may not have a lot of blocks per game to show for it, but they contest everything in the paint. They don't give up a lot of points in the paint. If you're gonna beat the Cavs, it's gonna be because you made 15 to 23s because you're not getting anything easy in the paint. Darius Garland took off when Colin Sexton got hurt. That's the best thing that could happen for the Cavs this year. Colin Sexton getting hurt unleashed Darius Garland. This dude got his controlling the offense, his pace. He knows he doesn't 100% know when to score and know when to play make, but he's close. He's getting there, and he should be an all-star this year. The Cavs right now are 3rd in the East, 1.5 games back from number 1. He should be an all-star. He's averaging 19 points and 19 and 10, Deiron, or 19 and 9? It's something like that. Kobe Altman deserves credit because he went against the grain. Everybody,
Executive of the year.
He's gonna be in the running because he went against the grain when he got marketing, extended Jared Allen, and then drafted Evan Mobley. People were like, "What are you doing?"
I was one of them.
You got Kevin Love. What are you doing? All these bigs, they can't play together. They can't all play at the same. Guess what? Guess what? NBA, y'all finding out. Y'all finding out. It was a good JB Bickerstaff is coaching them up, and Kobe Altman put them together.
Size still matters.
Size still matters. Size still matters. So that's we all knew Cleveland is the right answer. Yeah. Disappointment. I knew somebody would say the Lakers. The Lakers are, like you said, BJ, the correct answer. But I knew somebody would have them, so I did somebody else as well. And it's not a team. I went with the player, Ben Simmons. And this is why. This is why I'm disappointed. Bro, in the playoffs against Atlanta, Philly was favored. No reason they should have lost that series. I'm talking about from a talent perspective, from if you go by your Max Kellerman rating system and you do all the 5, the 4, the 3-star players, Philly has them outnumbered, Atlanta. Ben Simmons, you were scared to shoot. You were scared to shoot free throws. You were scared to shoot the ball, period. You passing up wide open dunks. You were a big part of the reason that your team faltered in the playoffs and got upset by Atlanta. And you get upset because Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid emotional after a upsetting loss. They're emotional. Doc Rivers, I don't know if Ben Simmons is our point guard that can lead us to a championship. Joel Embiid, when the moment I knew we were gonna lose was when after that play when he passed up the wide. They're mad. They're emotional. Shoot the ball.
Yes.
You got these. You a tree, and you got these little dudes on you, and you scared to take it because you scared to get fouled.
Yep.
Go to the gym, work on your jumper. Come back. But no, you want to go to Rich Paul and sell him. Yeah, let's go to the team and tell them I got mental health issues and the fans booed me and I can't play. I can't do it. I can't take this Philly crowd. I can't do it. And this is the main reason why I'm disappointed. LeBron, he left in free agency. He always played out his contract. KD, he left in free agency. He played out his contract. You can even go to let's see, you can even go to who else? Who else recently? Who else played out their contract and then went in free agency? Anyways, LeBron and KD.
Because Kawhi didn't, James Harden didn't. They were going to sit out.
No, so this is what I'm about to say about James Harden. If you want to go more recently, James Harden. So James Harden had a what did he have? 2 years left on his deal. So he had 2 years left, right? So this is what he did. He told the executives, I want to move me. I want to go. I don't like where we're going. But he still came and played in the beginning of the season. He played all the games until they moved him. Now, did he come to camp fat?
Not of shape.
He was fat and out of shape, but he still played in all the regular season games. He didn't hold out and say, "Oh, I'm just not going to play until y'all trade me." So that's the difference here with James Harden and Ben Simmons, where the respect factor comes in for me. Like, you just signed this deal, 2 years ago? So you got 3 or 4 years left.
Yes.
And now you're saying, "Oh, I'm just not going to play until y'all trade me." This is almost unprecedented if you really think about it, as far as the number of years left on the deal and you trying to force your way out. So since we all had, not all of us had the Lakers, but since me and you had the Lakers, I knew somebody would. I went with Ben Simmons as my biggest disappointment. So
and he
there you have it.
Being out here in Philadelphia, it's sad that he can't just face the music, dude, and work on your game.
Why can't y'all ever just get it to your heads? Y'all some fickle fans out there. No, I'm joking.
No, be honest. They're hard fans to please out here, yes. And they will ride you, but all they want is a hard-working, blue-collar type guy. Just come in. You ain't gotta win everything, but just show us.
He light skinned, so you don't really get those. Nah, I'm joking.
Oh man, here we go.